Good morning, Infinity Fellowship. How y'all doing today? Today's the 15th of February in the year of momentum, right? My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr. I'm also known as Rev Jeff here at the Infinity Fellowship. And I encourage you in this moment as we are in the pre-service moment, the pre-service time, I encourage you to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the thumbs up button if you're on Facebook. Don't know if we're on X or not because something is going on with X. Something is always going on with X these days, isn't it? But anyway, where we are now is the time to gather. So wherever you are, if you're in your living room, we see you. If you're in your car, we see you. If you are on your phone, we see you. If you're at work, we see you. Even if you're on the replay, we see you and feel you too. But we want to welcome you to Infinity Fellowship. This is Third Sunday. On Third Sundays, we get the opportunity to deeply unpack the lessons that we teach, the practical lessons that we teach here at the Infinity Fellowship that are indeed interspiritual. In other words, no matter what your faith, tradition, or path is, you have a home here at Infinity. If you are a person who has been seeking a place of expansive spirituality, a place where you don't have to always be labeled one thing or another, or you recognize that all of these paths lead to one truth, and that truth is that we serve a loving creation, and that you are a part of that, and that you are here to live on and in purpose. We get to unpack that today. So where else can you have questions and answers during the message? Right here on what we call If Teaches Sunday. So I'm going to invite you while you're checking out the slides for the announcements of what is going on at Infinity. While you are reading our statement of infinitude, which will also tell you a little bit about what we do at Infinity, including our SNAP, spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof. When you're in this moment of meditation pre-service, I just invite you to share this with a like-minded person, somebody who you know has been looking for a place to unpack their spirituality, to do some deep self-interrogation, and to trust that everything is working in their favor. Wherever you might be, I get to say welcome to Infinity, y'all. Welcome home. I'll see you in just a few moments. We are live, so say hello to somebody in the chat. Say hello to a stranger. Let us know it's your first time, and of course, go ahead and get that early jump on your standing ovation as well. We'll see you in just a minute. So excited you're joining us. We're getting ready to get started at Infinity Fellowship. Good morning, Infinity. We want to welcome you into the space of the opening of the way. We do the opening of the way in a very specific ritualistic pattern. Ritual just means something that you repeat. And as we put ourselves in this space of conscious awareness, we invite you to begin this service today in the trifold way that we participate in service. We begin with meditation. Then we go into a moment of affirmative prayer that we call pouring energy into realignment for manifestation. And then, of course, we pour libations to the ancestors, to those who have gone before, who have traveled this path of life and are now existing in the place and the space of life after life. So, for meditation, we'd like to welcome into the room Brother Tyrell Lindsley, who will lead us forward. We ask that you find your place or your space of, as we say, your meditation seat. As we turn it over to him, Brother Tyrell will lead us and guide us as he prepares the way for us to open the space for spiritual work today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Infinity. Hello to everyone around the world. Good afternoon. Whatever time or space that you are viewing this from, we send love and positive vibrations to you. So excited for this part of service. We're just going to start by focusing on our breath. Not really trying to control it too much, just acknowledging that we are breathing right now. Breathe it in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just being aware that that is happening. We can add to that practice a brief pause at the top of the inhale. Then gently exhaling. Pausing at the bottom of the exhale. Only to return to the inhale through the nose. And out again through the mouth. If you're in a safe space to do so, feel free to close the eyes, as that can help you just center on the breath. Allowing our bodies and minds to go with the flow of the breathing, not being judgmental of any thoughts that arise, not allowing them to take off our focus from the breath, but just allowing those thoughts to flow on the river of consciousness. Acknowledging that we are present and in the right now. Breathing in deep and releasing out. Continuing to allow ourselves to be in the right now. We will add to this practice the sound of a singing bell. Breathing in one more time. Pausing at the top. Then releasing, acknowledging the peace that is continuing to expand around us as we amplify the peace within us. We do the same for the peace around us. We spread that peace with each breath in. We expand that peace with each breath out. Breathing in the gratitude of the body working. Exhaling the gratitude of the body flowing. As we move this energy back into our awareness of the body, you slowly start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes a bit, blinking the eyes open, and coming back into awareness of all that is happening around you. And that is how simple and straightforward the practice of meditation, the practice of resetting is and can be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Oh, thank you, Brother Tyrell, for leading us in and for preparing our hearts and minds from this centered space, from this moment of the coming together of mind, of body, and of spirit that we are gifted with when we pause to meditate. We're basically clearing the slate. Doesn't mean that you don't think about other things. It doesn't mean that sounds and distractions don't enter your mind, but it means that we are consciously saying, I cleared the slate for spirit. So as we clear this slate, I invite us to move into the next moment, and that is the focus on the God of your acceptance and understanding from a place of gratitude. So I invite you to close your eyes, bow your heads, open your hearts, and to invite into your consciousness that expansive and beautiful light that emanates from the heart center and envelops all that you are. And as that energy envelops you, as it heals you, as it centers you, recognize that that energy is the light of God. It is the light that is infinitely expressing itself over and over again through each individual that is under the sound of my voice, and yet that energy is unified. And so as we acknowledge that energy, if that energy has a name, if it has a culture, if it has an ethnic tradition, then we invite you to focus that energy through that lens. That lens may be Olodumare. That lens may be Jehovah, Yahweh. That lens may be Christ, Krishna, Jesus. That lens may be Amun. That lens may simply be I am that I am. The great I am, we speak to you right now directly. And I speak to you on behalf of those who have gathered here today in this spiritual ceremony. We give thanks for those who have found their way to the Infinity Fellowship right now,
To those who may have stumbled upon this place by accident, we know that there are no accidents in your creation. That even when a seed is accidentally dropped from a basket into the ground and sprouts and bears fruit, that it was in alignment with what you wanted to happen anyway. So we speak gratitude today. And we open the Infinity Fellowship. We open this divine circle, this circle that is boundless, this circle that moves through the internet waves and the radio waves and the electromagnetic waves and the spiritual waves and the chakras and the energy of connection through the breath that unites us all. We say, thank you for bringing us from a mighty long way. We say thank you to you, the God of all creation, who is always watching, who is always here for healing our hearts. Thank you for bringing us through the week that we had. Thank you for the obstacles that appeared that made us strong by having to work through. Thank you for some of the doubts that entered our mind that made us question our spiritual practice. And in that questioning, we grew a little bit deeper and a little bit closer to you. We thank you for your continual presence with us and for the conscious awareness that you are not an absent entity, that you are in every single thing that we are, and every single thing that we are is in you. And we move in confidence in knowing and flowing and demonstrating just this, that you, O God, are a being of love. Thank you for loving us. That you, oh God, are a being of progress. Thank you for progressing and moving us. That you are a being of expansion. Thank you for the discomfort that makes us know that we are constantly growing and expanding. You are a God of manifestation. Thank you for the ability to claim our right and to seal our contract that we made in these bodies, to do something good in this world to advance love. For you as a being of love who is our mother, for you as a being of love who is our father, for you as a being of love who is our creator, for you as a being of love who is our creation, you as a being of love who is our universe, this universality. You, divine source, are with us. And in this moment, as we acknowledge those things that we have gone through this week, in this moment, as we acknowledge the beauty and the gift of being able to gather together in this sacred space, in this moment of acknowledgement, we speak specifically for the energies that are manifest as the Malone family, Sister Star Malone. We acknowledge her house journey and her homestead journey and the work that she has put in to build a home, the work that she has put in to secure her debts, the work that she has put in to raise her beautiful daughters. We speak that your presence is with her on this special day, that your energy is with the Morris family and Dr. Jerome as he moves toward the weekend to transition a family member into the ancestral realm, that living legacy continues to live on in his DNA and the family and friends that gather to celebrate this. Oh, we are proclaiming victory for those who are seeking victory right now. We speak a blessing on Sister Star, who will be moving into her home starting today after the long journey. We speak a blessing over those who have birthed new artistic things into the world today, to those who have had a beautiful business idea that came to them this week, to those who showed up today to share something in a standing ovation that reminds us that there are markers along the way that prove that your hand is with us. And so we thank you for the gift of family. We thank you for the gift of the difficulty of navigating relationships and family as well. We thank you for the hearts that have been opened this week. We thank you for the minds that have been opened this week. We thank you for the bodies that have been stretched and moved this week. We thank you for the commitments that have been made to open up the fitness journey, to clear our body from dis-ease and to walk in beautiful and radiant health. We proclaim today that something is shared in this service that will remind someone that all things are possible and that we are gifted with both the responsibility and the power through you to make that change that we desire to see. And oh, how wonderful and magnificent it is to be in this earth right now as divine representatives of you. So, as divine representatives of you, we proclaim that we act in love vibration. As divine representatives of you, we proclaim that we act without judgment. As divine representatives with you, that we find truth wherever truth lives, even when we don't understand it, that we lose fear, and that we circle the wagons of love, that we circle the wagons of joyful participation, that we circle the wagons of goodness and healing, and that all of this divine circle will be shaped and molded into an infinite symbol of confident love. And that confident love places us in your arms. We give thank you in advance. And we say thank you for the things that are spoken, for the things that are known, for the things that are locked in the chamber of our hearts and our minds, but we know are manifesting good. And for these things and other things that cannot be put into words, we simply take a deep breath in gratitude and release it in expectation. We proclaim it as such, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Let us prepare our hearts and minds for the pouring of libations. Ashe. Today we prepare our hearts and minds through the final stage of opening the sacred temple, the pouring of libations. We've acknowledged the breath that animates us, the prana, the ashe, the chi, the energy that ignites us on this side of life. We have opened our mouths and spoken verbally directly to a very present source of all creation. And now in this moment, we pour libations, the living water, representing those on this side, into the earth, representing what happens to these bodies when we no longer use them, representing a connection to those who have transitioned into life after life. And in case you didn't know, or in case this is your first time witnessing or participating in libations, we can tell you not just spiritually, but scientifically. And those things aren't different. Scientifically, energy is never created or destroyed. It just changes form. So death is an illusion. And as we are participating in this ritual, we are saying that we see beyond the illusion, that those who have transitioned are still with us. They are with us in the wind. They are with us in the waters. They are with us in our memories. They are with us in our hearts. And yes, they're with us in our DNA. And as we perform rituals and rites like this, we are actually healing. And we are healing 7 generations forward, 7 generations behind. So as we pour these libations, I invite you to type a name of someone that you want to remember in the chat, or call their names aloud when it's time for us to do so. And we welcome you and your people, Mitakuyasin, as the Lakota people say, all my relations. We are all together. We welcome you to this divine circle today, y'all, as we recognize those who have gone before. We say cool water, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this place for spiritual work, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source at all creation, Ashe. Oh, grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. In this tradition, we pour to the 4 directions, to the energy of the North. The North requires and commands and reminds us to be a yes spirit today. If you want to see something happen, you got to open your heart for it to happen. And that starts with a yes spirit, Ashe. To the energy of the East, the energy of the rising sun as it emerged from the eastern horizon wherever you are. And even if it's nighttime for some of you who watch us and you're 8 hours ahead, the sun came up this morning and you're still here. Today is a brand new day. Seize this opportunity to live life to the fullest. Ashe. From the energy of the east, we travel to the south. That south energy reminds us of who we are and whose we are. And when you're grounded truly in who you are and whose you are, you just don't have time to spend a lot of time tearing other folks down. So we have a great spirit, and we are in this place today recognizing those things. Ashe. To the energy of the west. The west reminds us that as the sun goes down on its horizon, we are granted the moon and the stars as light. So no matter how dark it gets in your life, may light always appear just when you need it. Ashe. From those four directions, we go to the fifth direction of the ground, speaking that you may be grounded, that you're grounded in tradition, that you're grounded in rituals that produce fruit in your life. We love these wonderful rituals at Infinity because they bind us together and they enlighten us every single time we do them. So when you are grounded, you bend in the storm, but we always know, as we say here, that it is always better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. To the sky above us, that sixth direction, the place of open possibility. If you look around where you are right now, the highest quantity of anything you see is the open space between the objects. From that space of no thing, things emerge. Something, anything. You do that thing, your creative thing. All of these emerge from this blank landscape. So may you tap into that creative space today and carry it with you in manifestation. Ashe. Finally, the seventh direction, where all roads come together in Grand Central Station, it is the space of the heart. May your heart always be as light as the feather. Ashe. We invite you in this moment to call aloud the names of your ancestors that you want to remember. You can type them again in the chat, or of course you can just say them. Some of you also like to water your plants at this time and pour out a little water too. You might have just left the club. It might be 5 in the morning where you are, and you like, something told me to put on Infinity, and you still got a little something left in the, just going to pour a little bit out with us right now. Call on your folks so we can get you safely home. All right? Let's pour at this time and go ahead and call those names aloud. Ashe. And finally, we pour for the children in the world, the children in the womb, and the children yet unborn. And we say together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, it is done. The way is now officially open. Our space is open. Y'all, it's time to get ready to generate some gratitude today at the Infinity Fellowship. And the first thing that we do to generate gratitude is to welcome those that we are grateful for. We are grateful for our people. Are we good? All right, y'all, we are back in the space here at Infinity Fellowship. What we do want to do is we're going to send you some outgoing messages. We just realized we've gotten some communications from people that there's something going on. There's an issue with Facebook, which means that we're maybe streaming on Facebook. It may be intermittent or the signal may not be available. YouTube is streaming. So I'm going to ask you, if you are on our Facebook link, on any one of our Facebook pages, if you would just go ahead and tag somebody and tell them to go right to YouTube. And then the comment space in YouTube is also acting interesting. So just so y'all have a real live update, we have the comment space on Facebook that works, but you can't see the video. So on YouTube, we have the comment, we have the video that works and the audio, but you can't speak, you can't share comments. And so, yeah, there's absolutely nothing on Facebook. So whoever's on Facebook on where the video went to, go ahead and just say, please switch over to YouTube, y'all. YouTube at least is going to give us an opportunity to connect with you. And again, keep trying, keep sharing the comments as you can. Share what you can share. What we're going to do is share our links with you. And one of the links that we're going to share with you right now is our visitors link. We're going to put that in the chat. You should be able to click on that, because this is how it works in live Sunday service. This is how it works when we are coming to you one-to-one. And sometimes technology puts us in a place where we do that. There's a message in that somewhere, and probably it's because, you know, we are holding so many deep conversations today that the thinkers who don't want you to get out of the matrix have sabotaged everything that we're doing. I'm not saying that that is the case. I'm not saying it's not the case. No, I'm kidding. That's the kind of conspiracy stuff that when you do things. So we're in it. We cannot put things in the chat. Oh, well. Okay, well, y'all see, I'm in real time. I'm getting this real time. I don't have an in-ear device like TV folk do, so I got to pause to hear things. So y'all are with me like we're in service, and this is how we do it. So here's what I give also for this. What we do is, our workaround is we will share our links with those who are in our Infinite Life stream chat. So then they, since they can post on YouTube, they will post the links for us, since HQ, headquarters, tech space, is not allowing us to post every link that we like to. So we're going to find that workaround. So our visitors form, our standing ovation form, all of that is appearing in the chat because somebody who is in that Infinite Life Stream team, they are getting it from the private chat here on Restream, and they are putting it into YouTube. And we are looking, with this year of momentum of growth that we've had, at the services and servers that will allow us to have a direct connection. This is a spiritual lesson in real time. You don't want to have anybody else be responsible for everything that you are doing spiritually. And as an institution, this gives us an opportunity to examine these platforms that we're on. That if we're going to have technical issues that will not be in our hands, then we may need to build from the ground up a structure that will allow us in this year of momentum to be able to connect directly to you. Deep breath in. Exhale, release it. Our visitors form is on the screen right now. And one thing I do know, at least up until this moment, that QR code, it should work. If you hold it up to your screen, you hold your phone up to that screen, that QR code, as well as the visitors form that is being shared by some of our Infinite Life streamers in the chat today on the YouTube. We're being very specific. We're blowing up YouTube today. We all going over there and making it big for us today. That this link that you go to gives us an opportunity to connect with you in a powerful way. We get to know who you are, just a simple information form. We also get to send you a card to say hello from the Infinity Fellowship. Infinity Fellowship is a unique, independent, interspiritual organization. We are a community for people who have moved to the place where they are spiritual and not necessarily religious, but they need community. This day and age, people make fun of you when you say that, and I know, because I get it all the time, and I'm a spiritual leader and guide. You can't listen to people who are in a space where they're not in a place of acceptance themselves. So it's tough when you're out there by yourself navigating all of these different paths that speak to you and have meaning for you, and yet you don't have community. Well, you got community now. Welcome to Infinity. We want to welcome you to the place where we see you for who you truly are. We don't see you today as a person who is a human being who has showed up for a spiritual experience. We see you as a spirit who is navigating the human experience, and we do this all together. So I'm going to invite you, if you're able to talk to each other, go ahead and say first time in the chat. And if you've been at Infinity before, say glad to have you. Heidi, shake a hand, muscle fist, arm, thumbs up, something. Somebody's going to take care of you. That's the beauty of a community. A community is when one person can't stand up and stand in, somebody else will. And that's what I love about this community of Infinity Fellowship. So first-time visitors, we love to send our hands in your direction. We love to let you know that we are speaking into your life infinite peace, infinite love, infinite joy, that it is entering your heart right now to bring healing to you. And when we are in this space of love and infinite peace, we welcome you, and we get to say we know who, what, where, when, and why you are. Deep breath in, exhale, release. People around the world are repeating this after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You are right here in front of me, where I can let you know that you're not alone. I'm with you. We're with you from around the world. And you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, my friend. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, to celebrate your divine destiny, and to participate in community. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Asheo, we say good morning to you. Yeah. As that music kicks in, good morning to you. Those little notes that you hear playing right now, it is the beginning of a song. And that song is good morning to you, and we're going to put up a slide. We're going to have you participate, and we want to see it. I don't know if we can see it, but I'm going to try to see it. But we want to know one thing that you are grateful for, okay? Good morning. There it is. Lady Kanitha's leading us in. And as she's leading us in, you can sing that song and type one thing in the chat that you are grateful for. Good morning to you. Come on, let's sing that. Hey.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. So Well, good morning to everyone that is watching online. We're going to keep that flow going, and we're showing a little gratitude. So hopefully you're able to at least type in something. Or if you're with somebody at home, just turn around and look at them and say, you know what? I am grateful for you. Or I am grateful for myself. I'm grateful to be alive. Hey, I'm just grateful that we're together, y'all, on a good Sunday morning. Good morning to you. 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 Good morning to you.
We got us a good little good morning there going on in here. And I absolutely love that energy that we have. It's that wonderful moment that we get to participate in a very, very powerful way. We get an opportunity to celebrate those moments. And look, I came up in an era, Lady Kanitha, where they pledged us. And when I used to pledge, they used to give us very, very specific phrases that we had to learn. And one of those learned terms was a definition of excuses. And they would say, excuses are tools of the incompetent that build monuments to nothing. Those who specialize in them seldom succeed in anything else. So I'm one of those persons, if I see something happening, I'm always going to try to allow a workaround. So guess what? I got on YouTube on my phone, and I see y'all are blowing up YouTube, y'all. So share, hit the like button. We are here anyway. And when Facebook catches up, if it catches up, if X catches up, as it catches up, then so be it. There'll be a wonderful replay. But I'm so glad that everybody is switching over to YouTube. So I'm sending energy to Belina, who is grateful to be here. Sending energy to Alacia here, who is grateful to have found infinity and be welcomed into this community. We are an answered prayer. Love it. Welcome to Infinity Chief. We see you. Welcome, Denise. Good morning. It's Lauren, and I'm grateful for a new day. Lauren is in the house. Tiffany Smith is in the house, telling us to hit the thumbs up. Letimecia says, happy Sunday, if family. We've got Tashana saying, welcome home. Destiny Muhammad saying, we see the post. People saying that we are able to comment on YouTube. Yes, you're able to comment, and it is coming through. Brother Andrew MK says, good morning, all my loves. We're going to hear from him in a moment. Listen, I'm excited because y'all can see each other on YouTube. We can see each other, and there's evidence that we are here, and this service continues to move forward. Listen, it's time for one of the great moments at Infinity Fellowship that we love to celebrate together. As part of sacred ritual, it is time for giving and offerings right now. Yes, yes, yes. What we're going to do is it is time for our tithes and offering. Before we do that, I want to pause, though, because we've got Brother Tyrell who's going to be coming in to lead us through our offertory period. I want to give you a heads up on standing ovations. I'm going to slide this QR code onto the screen because that's going to be something that you can see now if you have a standing ovation. And when you give your offering, a lot of people during that time like to use that moment to open Cash App, to open their PayPal, to open their checkbook, and to write whatever way that they give, however you give and support this community. As you do that and you hit the send, you hit the done, you hit the acknowledge, and you feel that goodness of giving, you can take a moment then to scan the QR code or go to the link to share your standing ovation, because you know those things are often tied together. Your giving spirit signals to the universe that you are returning that love energy that has been gifted to you, and oftentimes that manifests in a standing ovation. So in this moment right now, I want to invite into the room Brother Tyrell Lindsley, who will lead us through one of our sacred moments at Infinity Fellowship, our period of tithes and offering. Good to see you again, my brother.
Can you hear me? Mic check.
We
Okay,
got you now.
good.
We're on, man.
Bet that. Bet.
The universe is moving us into a knowledge space with our technology, and
Yes.
we are here for it. What I love is, Tyrell, we are in real time moments of
Right.
forgiveness, and one of the principles of spirituality is forgiveness, right? Like
Right.
if something is going on that we don't control, we say, hey. But we still do what we're here to do. And we don't
Yes.
give thought to why is this not happening? Well, hey, guess what? It's not happening. We're here in this moment. We're living in goodness. We're
Right.
living in acceptance and reflection. And we are pressing on toward the mark, toward the
Yes.
prize. So we're happy to send it to you, brother. Let us know. What do we do? And tell us about giving. Ashe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Absolutely. You've already opened the way for that as we continue to give and amplify that vibration and really sit in the gratitude that we get to control the frequency that we're focusing on. So we can focus on how things ain't working, how things ain't really lined up, how I ain't really got it right now, which is what I used to say a lot during this moment of our service. I would always make myself an excuse of when I get, I'm going then. And as I continue to do that, I always limited myself from ever getting because I was never really amplifying that vibration from where I was standing at that moment. So, for those who are new to the space, for those who are just joining us, these spiritual practices aren't things that we're just throwing out and saying, hey, you should tithe. Hey, you should give us some money. Hey, you should. No, we're saying that we are navigating these spaces as well together. So I'm sharing with you an openness and sharing with you in a way of understanding because I am there with you. I'm not someone who is so high and mighty and so above, understanding that tithing is a journey and it is something that takes practice and continued practice in order to get to a space where you're giving freely. And I've noticed that as I've shifted to giving freely and focusing on the ways that my life is prospering, the ways that I can control my breath, the way that I can control and be in alignment with all the things that are growing around me, literally behind me, is an example of that. I noticed that I also continue to find ways and have ways to provide and pour back into this space. So as my giving has increased in this space, I've also been giving more to myself. So now instead of me saying, well, when I get a minute, I'm going to soak my feet. I soak my feet when they're sore. I soak them right away. And so that giving to myself allows me to give to this space, which allows me to give to myself, which then I give to this. Y'all catch me? You catch my drift? So that's how we do it here. Here is another step to that. Acknowledgement mentally and consciously is one way. The other way we add to that is by this beautiful affirmation that we're going to say together. It's going to come up on the screen. I'm going to say it with you. I say this confirmation and this affirmation throughout my day. For those who don't know, I clean houses for a living. And sometimes the best moment for me to say this giving affirmation is when I'm scrubbing someone else's toilet. Oh my God, it feels so good to be in the space of giving when you're in probably what some might see as one of the lowest points of your day. But that's not. If I'm able to amplify myself in those moments, guess what happens when I get that extra tip? Guess what happens when I get an extra income source or down payment or something that comes in that I didn't expect? Now I'm really jumping, right? So practicing these affirmations, practicing these practices in times when it don't feel like you want to, in times where you don't feel good about it, those are what ways to strengthen it. Just a little tip. So here we go, y'all. It's up on the screen. Say this with me. Join me and all others around the world as we affirm ourselves in this vibration of giving. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you. with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is.
Everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, hey, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Come on now, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, remind yourself everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. All right, remind yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, come on and tell yourself everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it good. Oh, you've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. You've got it good. Yeah. Got it good. Got it good.
Got it good. We've got it good. We've got it good. We love that energy. We love that place. Tyrell, you broke it down, brother. You broke it down to the foundation, man. It's coming through you, man. That spirit is working in you these days, man. It's coming through. I know everybody's feeling and thinking what we all know. So you are very much ministering to people in the way that you go into the world, and it's beginning to manifest in a very powerful way. And there's no other way that you could have said it. And that's the gift of being able to give. Man, how grateful can we be? So yes, we're just grateful for that moment, and we invite you, especially if you are the people that like to give at the end because you want to make sure you go through the right links, by all means. We are grateful for you for all of the great things that we are experiencing in this year of momentum. We have grown to a place where we get to control and be a part of what we put out into the world. The good things that we do as a community. We invite you to visit myif.org. That's MYIF, My Infinity Fellowship at .org. So if you go visit that, you'll learn a little bit more about the Infinity Fellowship as we are in our website updates. But this is the year that, especially my tech team, we're going to work that live stream from the website. And that's going to be something beautiful as well. So we're all just today, what everybody who is a thinker here at Infinity Fellowship is doing. And guess what, Infinity? Everybody here is a thinker. So we're making notes on how we can adjust to situations that come up. Anything that comes up in your life, any obstacle, technology, otherwise, anything that comes up is an opportunity for you to learn, an opportunity for you to grow. So I know my committee folks are already taking notes and they say, hey, you know what? I've explored this and this is one way that we can make this happen. And I love it because that energy is real. Let's continue to do that. There are some things that are happening at Infinity that are important that we want to highlight for you. And for that, we're going to bring up one of our Infinity stars, another part of the Infinite Life Stream team. You get to enjoy him and his wonderful family when they're here in person at Infinity. And now we've got him online. We call him Brother Andrew MK, but we also know him as Brother Andrew McFadden Ketchum. And he's online with us today. How you doing, Brother Andrew?
Doing great.
Looking good, man.
Well, I tried just for you.
My man. Good to see you.
I have a lot of names at Infinity. Drew is also a name. That's
Drew
like
is a name?
if somebody calls me Drew, I know it's an Infinity human being.
How about that? Infinity will give you a new name and a new way of walking. Okay, we're not going to preach today, but hey, man, we got announcements turning over to you. We're glad to have you on today, man. It's all yours.
I just wanted to say it was kind of funny when we could finally chat on YouTube. I felt like much better.
Okay.
It's just interesting how, like, even in a digital space where we're not together, when we're not even together in the way we want to be in that space, it something's missing. So good job of solving that problem.
How about that? All right, it's all you.
All right, before I get into introduction or events and whatnot, standing ovations. You have 2 minutes. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, so maybe 3 minutes to either on YouTube. I guess that's what we're doing today. Put in your standing ovation there, and you can also the QR code. Maybe that'll come up, and you can hit that, and you can share with us something awesome that's happened for you in the last couple of weeks or months and whatnot. All right, so welcome to February, the second month. We're already in our second month of the year of momentum. We are rolling forward ahead, full steam in this year of moving forward with the infinite power of growth and expansion. When we walk in momentum, we experience new growth and new manifestations. So it's no surprise that our daily mantra for this year shares the hook of a classic Motown song. Get ready, because here I come. Say it with me. Get ready. Sing it with me, because here I come. Now breathe in and breathe out and feel it deeply. All right. This month's thematic series is From Moment to Momentum, your power at the point of attraction. This month is all about understanding why it is important for you to fully embrace the life you have desired by focusing squarely on doing the work that needs to be done to build consistency and trust in your spiritual practice. You are invited into this deep journey of self-interrogation and attitude adjustment via contemplative messages, homework assignments, and meaningful conversations that will keep you moving onward and upward. All right, next up. Keep in mind our awesome monthly schedule. Here's your reminder that we do meet in person every first Sunday and exclusively in the virtual space here on the Infinite Live Stream every other Sunday of the month with special activities in between. We are pleased to be able to show up for you in various ways, and through our Infinite Live Stream, we provide community wherever you are in the world. Your showing up moves us closer to the day when we will gather in person all the time. Next week is the most exciting week of the month. Well, the second most for me. That's Yoga Sunday. We continue to frame out 2026 with building and maintaining the momentum of our bodies in alignment with our spirits and our minds. Pull out your mats next week and join us for a Yoga Sunday that will lift and inspire you to get in touch with your body. We'll be joined online by people from all over the world, so make no excuses. That's next week, the world's only yoga church service. Hashtag Yoga Sunday. I have to say, one of my favorite things to tell people about Infinity is that we do yoga at one of our services, and people just look at me like I'm from another world. All right, next up. Are you a 20-something living in Nashville and looking for intense ancient wisdom? The young adults continue their journey into ancient wisdom for modern living. Third Thursdays for 20-somethings is all about sharing life skills and strengthening vision. The gathering is open to all young adults in their 20s, and the focus for February will be opening the third eye. If you're interested in attending this free gathering, it takes place on Thursday, February 19 at 7 p.m. at the Infinity Center. Let me repeat that. Thursday, February 19, that's just in 4 days here. I don't know about y'all, but the year's flying by already, at the Infinity Center. For more information, email infinitynashville@gmail.com. I might just crash that one because it sounds awesome, even though I'm a 40-something. I'm a double 20-something. How about that? All right, next up, Love and Light. Let me get a little whoop, 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 whoop for Love and Light. This is your Wednesday midweek motivation, and Tyrell and Tashana are here for you. Our official midweek gathering is online, where we enjoy unpacking the Sunday spiritual download and monthly themes in an authentic and insightful way. Each week is an open discussion for shared reactions, thoughts, and revelations that come to us via the Sunday morning experience. This allows us to experience that midweek boost of community. We look forward to seeing you all, especially members that haven't been in a while. Each week is a brand new start, so set your calendar alarms to answer the Love and Light call this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, hosted by Tyrell and Tashana Lindsley. I have not gone in some time because I'm always like cooking dinner, but I must say it's really nice to just be able to drop in and be welcomed, even though I'm there like once every 3 months or something. It's when I need a little extra, there it is. All right, penultimate announcement. You are invited to another all hands on deck day at Infinity. We pride ourselves here on linking up as a community for sacred service. As many of you know, a historic ice storm hit Nashville pretty hard, with very hard, I would say, with over 300,000 people suffering power outages, heat loss, downed trees. Some people didn't have water. I mean, it was rough. The Infinity Center's trees held up relatively well instead of hitting the power lines in the building, but there are quite a few on the ground. So when we meet in person Sunday, March 1st, you're invited to pack up your work clothes, your gloves, your saws, protective gear, and join us to clear trees, brush, and debris from the property. We do this every 3 months or so, and it's always just it's really fun. It's easy. You don't have to be the Hulk to do this. The power in numbers. So we just need as many people as we can get out there as possible. Our goal is to recycle as much as we can in the form of firewood and brush for our sacred ceremonies, and we have other small maintenance tasks that we need. So join us for Sunday service, March 1st, and then come afterwards to help us clean up the space. And that was actually the ultimate. That was the last announcement. Let me bring it back to Rev Jeff and Leda Kenitha Carr. It is time for standing ovations.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes, it is time for standing ovations, y'all. So I know some of you have tuned in, and every week we are all together, and you're like, what is this high energy? Where is this high energy coming from? Well, let me tell you, it is coming from the snap. It's what we do, especially during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys, that's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week, that's nurturing. We take what we learn and actually apply it in our lives, and that's action. And if we do these things, then every week we see examples of that progress in our life, and that's the proof. So let us enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So here's what's going to happen. When your name is called, please stand if you're able to as I read aloud your manifestation. And then when we finish each person's ovation, we're going to snap our fingers. Can we practice that? Snap,
Practice
snap,
snapping. You
snap,
see,
snap,
she
snap,
snapped her
snap,
fingers and I just
snap,
appeared out of
snap.
nowhere. I mean, that's
Proof.
proof.
Poof.
Proof. Proof. We need to
And
do
so
something with that.
then the great thing is at the very end, we're going to provide a collective standing ovation to celebrate everyone's ovation.
That's what we
Awesome
do.
stuff.
All right, awesome stuff. And yes, all of this energy is there, and we have only one cup of coffee a day. So I nurture this little wonderful thing, and I'm grateful for just the right mix in the coffee machine this morning. It's feeling
The coffee's on fire.
this coffee's on fire. So
Good.
shout out to the Infinity Coffee Machine.
Yes.
It produced some good coffee this morning, and that one cup is something that I'm very, very grateful for.
We're all
That's
very
my
grateful for
standing
coffee.
ovation. We're
Okay,
grateful
that's
for
one
it.
of the big things when we're in person.
It's in person,
Together.
yes. We're just in
Is
here
at
drinking
the
it
coffee and tea stand.
and spilling it and doing everything. We'll make sure that we have that and we gather. That you know what? Standing ovation to this community. If you hadn't visited us yet and you're going to be here first Sunday, you know the love that we have during the coffee break time and the tea break time and water break time. The Infinite Youth Power Zone, where they go downstairs to their classrooms and they have a great time here. Infinity is a place for everyone to come. And of course, dress as you want to dress and show up here and know that you're going to be loved on. And it's a wonderful moment when people experience Infinity the first time, particularly when they say, are people really like this? Or is this just on TV? Well, you answer that question when you get here and you see that what you see is pretty much what you get. Whether that's, me remembering where my cup of coffee is and then coming up here, or whatever it is. It's not a lot of staging that we do around here, other than that which needs to be done to execute a good connection on our Infinite Life stream. So that's what we've got. Let's see. First standing ovation goes to Taylor and Talia Lindsley of the Lindsley family. Taylor says, I have all A's in school. Talia says, I have all A's and B's.
Yes.
All right. No need to see your way to the
scholars.
classroom.
Come on, scholars.
Did y'all get that? No way to
we got
A's and B's, no way to see your way. Okay, there we go. A's and B's to the Lindsley girls. We love it. Congratulations. Keep it going. Keep it going. You go a distance with A's and B's.
Yes.
Next standing ovation we give is for another one of the Infinity Youth that's out there. Brother Michael Major reports that Mansa, little bitty Mansa.
Oh man.
If you watch Infinity, Mansa may be one of the kids that
Mansa.
runs up on the
Yes,
podium at any given time since he was a baby.
Yes.
But Mansa won the spelling bee for kindergarten at his school. I love it. I love it.
And he's renamed you.
Mansa has renamed me.
Yes.
I will confirm that I received a wonderful note of gratitude
Yes.
from Mansa.
From Mansa.
And again,
He'll rename you now.
this is less enunciation
Yes.
in terms of there and more colloquial pronunciation from the community here.
Yes.
From the colloquialisms that are spoken here as it comes to Rev Jeff. Sometimes we as people leave the words off the end. So it may be interesting to hear what Rev Jeff sounds like as a kid. But I got a beautiful note from Brother Mansa at our last in-person service.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. It says, I love you, Red Jeff. R-E-D. It was beautiful.
He thought the whole time everybody was saying
This
red.
whole time y'all thought they were talking about Red Jeff. I got a little,
Red
First Nations
Jeff.
undertones.
Come on
It
now.
makes sense, Red Jeff. So yeah, wherever you come to Infinity, y'all call me Rev Jeff. Y'all call me Red
Yes.
Jeff now. I'll do something with it. Maybe I need to use that microphone
you
now.
might
The
wanna use this.
Red Jeff, just so y'all can get that. But we love you, Mansa, and just we love you,
To all our youth
Mila, Tamisa,
scholars.
everybody, Marcel, the family, everybody that's pouring into those kids learning. Sister Tashana Lindsley. Oh, come back to Tashana because I got Destiny Muhammad on the West Coast. Destiny says a residency in Detroit, Michigan resulted in a magnificent debut of course, Detroit Red, Odyssey of Malcolm X. Maybe that's my connection. Sold out standing room only at the Gretchen C. Valade Jazz Center. Destiny Muhammad harpist extraordinaire. We are unapologetically grateful for our Detroit and Oakland family because they showed out beautifully. Come on and bring from Oakland to Detroit, Destiny Muhammad Trio, everybody who is involved in advancing and preserving jazz through the harp. The harpist from the hood. Y'all need to check her out.
So
Look
much
her
to the
up.
world.
But
Yes,
thank you so
yes,
much.
yes.
And to the state, the city of Detroit, Michigan, you just experienced something beautiful. And we are happy to be able in Black History Month to advance that energy. To Sister Tashana Lindsley, who you might see in a minute. Thank you, Infinity Fellowship, for the practice of affirmative prayers. And also to Mother Christina here at Infinity for inviting me into her prayer circles. I was confidently able to say a prayer at my grandfather's viewing. Come on. And help to hold my family up during this time of transition. Thank you all for your kind words in love and light and the text messages I have received from this community. I am forever grateful to you all.
We love you so
We love you, Shauna.
much.
That's the energy of community. And we know Grandpa Lynn was a rock who moved through various stages and phases of aging, as we all will. And oh, how wonderful it is to have community around you to lift you in those times and in those moments. Isn't it beautiful? Give thanks. All right, Lady Kanitha, I think we've got our listed standing ovations. Do we have any
Yes.
more to give out?
We have a standing
Oh, we do have a standing
ovation.
ovation. I was just trying to test to see if she remembered.
I was seeing if you remembered.
Of course, I remember.
Okay.
How could I
All right,
forget?
so y'all, on this past Tuesday, on February 10th,
February 10th.
we celebrated our 17th year anniversary.
17.
years.
But I know you like 28, 29, but
We know
17
it.
years
17 years, y'all.
since we stood on that stage.
God. It's our anniversary.
Hey, it's our
anniversary. Hey.
Somebody's looking at our marriage and saying, she was only 17. That was,
What?
the marriage is on 17. We almost grown.
Yes, we are. But don't say I was
Do
only
you
17.
know? No, you weren't. I was only 17.
17
But I had
years,
parental
y'all.
permission to marry her, so, it was all right. My mom.
17 years.
17 years, y'all.
17
Proof
years.
positive
Yes.
that if you link up with people who get you, who are willing to go through the fire with you, and have friends and community and people with you to keep
and
you from losing your
friends.
natural born mind,
Jesus.
and a community that pours into you spiritually, and people who will hold you up,
Yes, sir.
my God, you can do it, and everybody can do it,
Man,
regardless.
yes.
However you structure your family, we're here to tell you that this thing is good and it's a blessing. So thank you all to those who sent a text, to send an energy, to say, hey, happy anniversary. We felt that. We enjoyed it. We had a great time. We just did some corny stuff. We went to putt-putt.
We were putt-putt, and we had some breakfast.
Had some breakfast at a good place.
Yes.
Good breakfast.
And then we went to a tournament.
Then we went to basketball tournaments for our cheerleaders. Yes, middle school.
Yes.
It was very fun.
Yes.
There's no
and
better
they
way
won.
to celebrate anniversary. Well, we won. That's a beautiful thing. We jumped up and shouted and win, and people had no idea that we weren't really shouting for the team. We were shouting because it was our anniversary. So that's how we just did it. We just fell into the crowd. That's how you do it.
Yes,
There it
it
is.
is.
Win-win. Andrew has one in the comments, and let me pull it up. Wait a minute. Andrew, who
say
you
that
just
out loud.
heard
Lord have
from,
mercy.
we got to say that. And he said that did he say that in YouTube? Okay, we put that up on the screen then so we can make sure we see that. Brother Andrew MK, his standing ovation. The man you just heard do our announcements, this community at Infinity, we put in the work to see manifestation. So Brother Andrew MK says, I sold a $4.3 million solar system. Bet. Yes. Is what happens. And see, we remember, I get to say, and I don't out anybody's business, but I remember when everybody has come through into this space and started their journey. And the moments that they may not have been confident, but they say, you know what, I'm going to practice. I'm going to stay in alignment. I'm going to stay learning. And Brother Andrew went from 0 sales don't know exactly what this landscape is, to the first sale, to the 10th sale, to the first six-figure sale, up to the seven-figure sales. Guess what? It works, y'all.
Woo.
It works. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, I think we're in there. All right,
Yay.
what do we do now, Lady
All right,
Kanika?
so if you shared, you're going to have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. Okay, here we go.
We get the shout on. We love it. We love the energy. So look, this energy continues with us today. And we prepare ourselves, our hearts and minds for today's presentation or today's representation, so to speak, which is coming up as a spiritual download. We got work to do today, y'all. We're very, very excited to do the work because we get to interrogate. So as we prepare our hearts and minds for today's Sunday download for our meditation from Spirit, we want to bring into the room Sister Tashana Lindsley, and of course, just seeing your energy. Sister Tashana is always good, is always bright. That love is always there. We welcome you into the room. Good to see you.
There we go. Hi.
There we go. All right, good. How y'all doing?
We're good out here in Georgia. It's a rainy day. We're just, settling, taking it easy, drinking our tea, and enjoying this beautiful service so far.
Well, I love it. I think you have today's meditation to share with us to get us ready for Source. So we're going to turn it over to you and let you share that.
Thank you, Rev. All right. Hello, Infinity. Again, I'm Tashana Lindsley here for today's meditation. So in keeping with our acknowledgement of the 100th anniversary of the manifestation of Dr. Carter G. Woodson's Black History Month, it is still February, you guys. Today's meditation, a simple, familiar, and yet powerful sentence, who comes to us from the author, one of my favorites, Alice Walker. Alice Walker, who is known for her work as a Pulitzer Prize-winning author and poet and activist, she reminds us that no person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. Deep breath in on that one. And out. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. We're going to bring back Rev Jeff and turn our attention and intention to the spiritual download that he has for us. So welcome back the download with Rev Jeff Obafemi Carr. Remember, if you have questions, please type them into the chat during the message or during the Q&A period at the end of the spiritual download. We always encourage you to write down your revelations and reflect upon them during the week. And we can also talk about them in Love and Light on Wednesday nights. All right, let's bring back Jeff Obafemi Carr.
Appreciate you, Shauna. Thanks so much. It's good to have your energy in the place today and the energy of everybody who is here. We invite you to sit back to get your journal. If you have a journal, if you have a notebook, you're going to want to write a little bit today. Why? Because I'm going to want to write a little bit today. And as we are preparing our hearts and minds to listen to Spirit, but also to have a conversation about and with Spirit. As we are opening our hearts and minds here, we are saying that we are ready to transform the energy that goes into our consciousness space. And so this is the work that we get to do, Lady Kanitha, and I appreciate you joining me today after 17 years to sit here throughout the 17 years and to do that. This energy, though, is important, and we sing just a verse or two of a song that puts us in the mind of that land of expanded consciousness, that land of goodness. And I point out it's particularly apropos that as we sing this song today, it's particularly relevant that we understand what we're talking about today in the download. And that is how to focus on living a great life here and not to sacrifice this life in hopes for something that is not promised yet. Even if people promise it, we understand that too. But in the end, we invite you to transform your consciousness today. Take a deep breath and exhale. Take another deep breath and exhale. And join me with a verse or two of come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go to that land? Why don't you come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Why don't you come and go to that land where I'm bound? Oh, there is joy in that land. There is joy in that land. Oh, there is joy in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is joy in that land. There is joy in that land. Oh, there is joy in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom that's in that land. Oh, there is wisdom that's in that land. Y'all, there is wisdom that's in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom that's in that land. There is wisdom that's in that land. Y'all, there is wisdom in that land where I'm bound. Oh, all of my people are in that land. Yeah, all of my people are in that land. Y'all, all of my people are in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I said that all of my people are in that land. All of my people are in that land. Oh, all of my people, they are in that land where I'm bound. Y'all, don't you wanna go with me to that land? Oh, don't you wanna go with me to that land? Yeah. Don't you wanna go with me to that land? Oh, where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Hey, don't you wanna go with me to that land? Don't you wanna go with me to that land? Y'all, don't you wanna go with me to that land where I'm bound? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is a day that the Lord has made, that the God of your acceptance and understanding has made. It is a moment to rejoice. It is a moment to be glad. And it is a moment to define. As Tony gets us, he's going to get a little tighter, Tony. So just kind of from the table up, pretty much, and give us a close medium on that one. That'll be great. And just keep us some variety in and out, because I know I'm going to be talking a lot. So just give people at home a little movement. I appreciate it's already becoming something that we want to define very, very carefully and very, very quickly for you. So as I'm able to define this, I want to give me a closer one, Tony, just on me for a second, because I want to say this to people. I want them to be able to hear this as we define what the topic is. The topic is all of me. All of me, why not take all of me? When we talk about all of me, we're talking about an all-inclusive journey into spiritual growth, manifestation, and development. This is a very special moment right now. And as I switch over to my live, I think I left my live on. I'm going to switch over to that. Well, it'll come on in a minute. And as it does, it's going to be all right. My crew is doing a lot of moving parts today. So whenever we get to that point. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. It's good. I'll use the handheld. For when we get to this point, I want to make sure that I don't lose the distraction of the moment. What this is for. This energy today is very special. It's a unique moment for one reason. Those who showed up to Infinity right now to participate in this joyful moment of growth and expansion, I want to be very, very clear. Infinity is a community, Lady Kanitha, that is open to everyone. It is a place that is open to whoever you are. If you go back and read our statement of infinitude, it is very clear that we are an all-inclusive community. It is open to everyone, but it may not be for everybody. It's open to all, but it may not be for everyone. And for people who feel an ownership with Infinity, and you feel like, oh, this is where I go, this is where I go, and Infinity does this, and, we don't do this, and we don't do that. Listen, we don't operate in comparison. We don't operate in critique or criticism. We operate in acceptance. We operate in love. And most importantly, we operate in joyful participation. Infinity very specifically. And this message today, this download today, this is for the free thinker. Take a deep breath and exhale. So that people don't feel alone. If you're in the chat and you are a free thinker, go ahead and just say, I am a free thinker, so that we know that you're out there. This is for the people who are ready to move beyond the flock, beyond the herd. What I've seen and come to know as truth in my life is that you get more done with people who are realized and actualized individuals who are ready for spiritual growth and development than you do from followers. I have been in the environment where people want followers, disciples, believers, and sheep. And people who refer to themselves as such. No judgment on that if it works for you. But in terms of how we reframe spirituality for the present times and the future, we operate here with the understanding that there are many paths that lead to truths. And when you weigh those paths, when you weigh the truths, you get to see the condensed version of what has worked for people over thousands of years of human history. So far back that we cannot quantify it in numbers. So those spiritual principles that we'll teach today, that we'll share today, that we teach at Infinity Fellowship, they are for those who are ready to be expansive. This is for today. This is for the seekers, not the critiquers. So this might be the moment where you're either going to jump online and say, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a real place like this. Let me just tell everybody, oh my God, they're about to break it down. Or you might say, let me click off this stream and click over to a place that may be able to direct me to an outside entity that is working against me, to a conspiracy that explains why things aren't going in my favor, to somebody who's going to coddle me and tell me, if you just follow me, everything's going to be all right. And this may be the time to exit, because today we're going to give you some very real principles, and then we're going to have a brief discussion on what those principles mean. I'm going to invite my people who are on my Infinite Life stream team into the room with me again. We can open up this conversation, and then we're going to take your questions. Because when we're talking about ancient wisdom and principles, we don't need a big presentation and then you get confused and you don't have an opportunity to work things out. So if you've got something that comes up for you in your spirit, I invite you to be a seeker, not a critiquer today, and to move on this journey with us as we move through here. If you feel this life that we're given, if you feel this life, Lady Kenitha, this 17 years we've had, more other times that we've had in there, that we have, all the energies is there. If you feel that this life is worth something, that the friends that have been gifted to you, that the people who have helped us in our relationship, the families who have showed up, who have done this together. We got friends, family who we did COVID with, we did the ice storm with. We got people, we did all of that. To those people there, if you're willing to say in this moment, this is worth something, this is valuable, this is important, it is important as something that may happen to me when we're no longer in these earth suits, this is the time for you to enjoy the gift that is this life and preparation for your next iteration, and it's going to be instructive. Today, I want to be your friend. We both share the memory of one of Fisk University's great teachers and institutional leaders and scholars, the Reverend Dr. L.M. Collins. And if you ever met Dr. Collins called everybody friend.
Yes, he did.
Hey, friend. How you doing, friend? You're looking good today, friend. I read about you in the newspaper, friend. Friend, it looks like Dr. Collins would put his hand on my shoulder and say, friend, you've lost 4.7 pounds. I'm like, how did he know this? It was uncanny. Dr. Collins lived, I think he got to 100, maybe close.
He was up there.
Dr. Collins was up
Walk
there.
around that campus with that hat on.
Always had that brim on.
Fast.
He was always walking fast, little bitty guy, but memorable because he called everybody friend. And I am your friend today. And because I am your friend, I'm going to encourage you to speak, and I'm going to encourage you to grow. Why? Because Alice Walker said on the meditation, no person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow. Take 1 second and take a breath on that. And I want you to just do a quick mental inventory. Real work today. Think about somebody in your life who called themselves your friend, but they wanted you to be quiet and not share your thoughts. Or if something was going wrong and they tried to assist, or you saw them going down a road and they didn't want you to talk anymore, don't say anything. Don't remind me. Think about someone who, when you began to grow, when you began to read those new books, when you began to go to those other communities where you found some spiritual food, when you got on your hands and knees and put on some shorts and a tank top and crawled into a sweat lodge and you tried to tell your people that, and they started telling you all sorts of things, including that's not of God, it's demonic, they don't want you to grow. Think of somebody who did not want you to have other experiences because they did not want to be left behind. Think of somebody who turned down an opportunity to go somewhere where there were big people because of their discomfort, and so they convinced you to not go for it. They convinced you to not write that grant. They convinced you to not show up for that audition. They convinced you to not speak up when you knew something was wrong. They convinced you to stay in a relationship that was harming you longer than you should have because they did not want you to grow. That's not your friend. Your friend encourages you to expand your energy. In the jazz standard song, All of Me, and I know it's not the same as the John Legend song, all of me loves all of you. Still a love song. But the jazz version, if y'all look it up afterwards, it swings. Sinatra's got a version that swings. A lot of people, I think Ella has a version that swings. But all of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? right? And then it goes into this singing about all of me. Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. So in other words, if I am not connected with you, I'm not going to use everything. Take my mouth, I'm not going to use it for anybody else. Take my arms, I'm not going to use it for everything. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I get along without you? How can I get? That's a song that we could sing to the God of our acceptance and understanding. Take my lips, take my mouth, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them if I'm not connected to you. Can we say to the God of your acceptance and understanding, can we say, take all of me? Deep breath in. Exhale. When we look at what all of me actually means, that song is very powerful because, and I'll give a cue to my tech folks. Anytime I look down like this, I'm going to the remarkable. So I'm just going to make that a hard visual cue that I'm going to dive in. Thank y'all. And that'll be how we operate from here forward. Spirit told me to take out my remarkable, and thank y'all tech crew for rolling with me. Rev gets these moments of inspirations, and sometimes it's in real time. So thank you all for your flexibility and your skills and your gifts and your ability to roll with me. When we think about all of me, we ask this question, all. We think me, the divine essence of who I am. The question that comes in the song is, why not take all of me? That becomes a question. All of me, why not take all of me? Why would you leave some of me on the table? So for some of you, we look at these symbols that are right here on the left. And we say, where do we receive our spiritual food? Because when I think about the way that I pray, an interspiritual prayer, that interspiritual prayer may be on a mat, like my Muslim brothers and sisters. It may come from my Christian upbringing in the way that I frame it. It might operate from a Kemetic or Egyptian perspective. It might come from the space of recognizing all the energies of God from a West African perspective. It may also pull into place the balancing of the forces of the universe. It may also very much be a place of high energy that I get from this understanding of not only the crown chakra, but the energy of life that you find in this symbol here from the Hindu tradition. And this symbol here might tell us that everything is working together and that you get ritual energy, not just from the Judeo-Christian roots, but from before that, the Hindu roots and the Kemetic roots of understanding, the two inverted triangles, which is connected to everything else that is on here. And everything goes into what I say when I talk to G-O-D. When I talk to the God of my acceptance and understanding, or when I talk to that in a name, as Maurice White points out in his book, good, orderly direction, as I'm seeking that. When I talk about this energy, I think about a conversation that I had when I was going through an initiation in the Kemetic tradition with Dr. Yosef A.A. Ben Yakin, the last living 360-degree Grand Master of the West. And for everybody who wants to dive into that deep hole, not today, because we're talking about essence here more than anything. We were sitting in a conversation, and Dr. Ben was talking with Dr. John Henry Clark. I think we were at a hotel at a conference. And this was a wonderful conversation, Lady Kenitha, and here I am as a grown man listening to this conversation, interacting with this conversation. Is one of the reasons why we do Third Sunday the way we do, because you deserve now to have this kind of conversation that I was privy to back in those days. But here we are as grown men that had traveled to this city, Dr. Ben sitting in a chair, Dr. Clark sitting in a chair, and where do you think the grown men are sitting?
Down on the floor.
We're sitting down on the floor. Because when this wisdom is coming out, this wisdom is being taught, we're on the floor. We recognize and we understand that there is something that is powerful that is happening here that is being transmitted to us as younger people. And in this case, we're listening to elders. Somebody asked them a powerful question. They gave two answers that were exactly pretty much the same. The question was, you all critique religions a lot. You talk about how Christianity enslaved people of African descent. You talk about how people use religion from the Crusades and the Inquisition. Anytime we hear those words, those are triggering words for many people because the Crusades were not good for Europe from the church. The Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition was not good for people. The Salem witch hunts were not good for people. All of these things that produce violence under the tree of belief, discipleship, turning people over, they've never worked out well for the population because religion was used for population control. This person went through this history and he said, you've critiqued every major religion. What is your religion? And I'll never forget, Dr. Ben said, I'm all of them because all of them emerged from me. And me is an avatar. So even when you go through, even when you look at this energy that is in this place, thank you. When you look at this energy that is in what we would call these religious traditions that we see here on the left side of our screen, there is a connection between all of them. From these energies that we get from Kemet or Egypt, from this energy that we get from West Africa, from this energy that we get from Eastern traditions, from energies that we get from Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all of these energies are interconnected, especially since they build upon that which came before them, absorbing the principles that work. So what Dr. Ben was saying, he was saying, all of me, humanity, God, creator, all. So I decide not to claim one particular thing. When you get a gift, when you have a gift, when you have something that has emerged from you that may come from different traditions, from different viewpoints and different perspectives, who are you to decline God's gifts and blessings? Who are you to decline a word from a brother who's a Muslim because he's a Muslim? Who are you to decline a Christian pastor speaking something good into your life because he's not practicing the tradition that you're in? Who are you to call somebody a person who is a teacher of false doctrine and you did not examine the people who own the gas station that you pump gas from? You didn't ask Phil Knight what he believes in, and you went in and bought some Nikes. You didn't decline the opportunity to spend money on a Ferrari, or you don't think about anything. But when it comes to spiritual things, we tend to be taught to reject wisdom from people based on something that humanity created to express itself in its wondering and wonderment about the mysteries of the divine. That's what it is. That's why I say we're not being sensitive today. We're growing today. Because when it comes down to it, we want to give you 3 points that I want you to remember here so that we can prime the thought process for discussion here. Point number one, representation over presentation. Take a deep breath there. Representation over presentation produces the peace that passes all, there's that word again, all of me, all understanding. You see, when you're thinking about representation, which is who am I? Who am I? And what works for me is so much more important than presentation. Who will people I owe that to be a good writing. Who will people see me as? So we're thinking about representation. We think about what we represent to ourselves. Do you find a deep connection with spirit? Do you find a deep connection with God? When we don't represent ourselves honestly and authentically, we run the risk of focusing on the presentation, what we show people. And this is where it gets a little bit sticky. When it gets sticky is, and we've had this conversation, these 17 years produce some conversations that we get to have, Lady Kenitha, and we're going to get this into the discussion format pretty quickly because I know we want to, this is something we want you to replay and most importantly, spend time thinking about. As I have gotten more gray hairs, I have struggled with wanting to make sure that I remember who I have been throughout my life and that informs where I am as an authentic human being in the way that I interact with people. Because if not, the world teaches you that as you get to be older, not elder, we talked about that last week, but as you get to be older, you begin to forget about the things that you did when you were younger. And oftentimes, whether that's certain parts of your body stop working or people stop paying attention to you, these are people who get into religious circles and become ultra holy. You ever had elders, deacons, mothers, whatever, they attack you. Baby, take that skirt off. Put your knees down. Keep your legs up. Do all of this becomes very judgmental and harsh. The reason why is because they're not oftentimes talking about you. They're talking to a younger version of themselves that they're trying to hide and cover. So the presentation is holiness and righteousness to cover that which is still unresolved within. Don't be a person who is focused on the presentation. Focus on that which spirit has represented itself to be for you so that it is the representation. You see, when we're talking about presentation, presentation is about show. Representation is about living. The reason why I say that is you go places, and when you're in the place of presentation, you get dazzled by what people show you. They show you a shiny car. They show you a beautiful suit. They show you a nice watch. They show you, and this leads you to conclusion that they have scored the win. They are winning. You don't know that also with that is credit card debt, broken relationships, criminal charges for some people because they've scammed people out of money, a pyramid that puts you at the bottom and them at the top. This happens in leadership in religious institutions. People are doing absolutely awesome talking to people who are struggling and they can't even get an appointment. Shout out to my Uber driver this week. My Uber driver this week talked to me. The universe puts me in position sometimes. I'm open to this. It happens to me. I speak for it. I claim it. I proclaim it. But he said basically that he was in an environment where he felt like what he was hearing was good. He was there, and then he had been going for months to this institution, and then he approached the person about something that was happening who was leading, and the person held their hand up to him and said, listen, talk to my assistant. Maybe I can get you an appointment in a few weeks. Right after the worship, holy, crying, all of that, you can't lay hands on them, right? Because that's the presentation. We want you to be in a place where representation connects you to the God of your acceptance and understanding. And you go from the showing into the living. Living is how I move through the world. How I move through the world. Do I get up in the morning and when nobody else is around, I find a way to be grateful, even when I've had some tough things happen to me? Even when technology fails, which is I love my crew. Even when technology doesn't do what it's supposed to do we say, hey, look, just click it over to YouTube and we'll figure it out? Phones, trains, automobiles, carrier pigeon, we ain't letting anything stop us and distract us from spiritual things. Because when we look at this energy of presentation, right? This energy of presentation and representation, there's so much coming in. I got to erase some of this stuff on here because it's beautiful. And I love that we can erase it. So you are taking your own notes here. Take your own notes. It's there. What keeps you in focus in the space of representation over presentation is eliminating the distractions. You've got to eliminate the distractions. The distraction just today was stream, was audio, was chat box. Thank you, universe. You're teaching this lesson in real time. All of these things were things that we began to list. And when we began to list these distractions, when we began to say, oh, that's not working, oh, this isn't working, what we missed, that was our presentation. And that presentation is Facebook. That presentation is YouTube. That presentation is X. But when we stopped focusing on what is not going on and got out of that vortex, we asked the question, how can we make sure that with whatever tool we got, which in this case ended up being YouTube, how did we take just YouTube and say, if our YouTube is all we got, how can we take YouTube and represent? Because we got rid of all the distractions. I ain't got time to talk about what we don't have. I don't have time to talk about that. All I have time to say is, well, we got YouTube, so why don't we just get on YouTube, y'all? And as we get on YouTube, why don't we just blow that thing up? And then we can get to what we're really here for. What we're really here for comes next. The second point that I'm giving you now that you're here is that we must have essence over effectuation. I know. All of me. Essence, that which is, that which contains anyway, anything. Effectuation is a process of bringing into order for a specific result. Often, and most effectively used in a 5-part system, which I won't unpack today, in the pursuit of profit. And so Spirit's saying in here that we're not in pursuit of profit. Profit is good, money is good. But when you think about effectuation, it is another manifestation of presentation. In other words, what do I have to say to them to get their butts in this seat? What do I have to do online? What gimmick do I have to have? What graphics do I need to put up in order to draw people in and make them followers and believers? What speech do I need to have? What things do I need to say to sound like the common man? What kind of a persona do I have to put on to manufacture the humility that people will attach to let them be confused and distracted away from the fruit that I am helping them manifest in their life and turn them into the sheep, turn them into the herd, turn them into the cash flow, turn them into the people who feed and fodder the institution for no other outcome other than to give me a profit. We do it in business. They give you the tips to use to go viral on social media now. We give you all of these things that are effectuations, and the effectuation takes you away from your essence. You see, when you look at essence over effectuation, you begin to learn just a few things. I'm going to go ahead and move effectuation out of the way so that y'all understand what we're talking about. And to that, I'm just going to draw a line through it because we don't need it. We're going to focus now on essence. And when we look at what we get when we think about essence over effectuation, come here, essence. I want to highlight you. Effectuation can be, oh, here's the right way, 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 here's the right way. Effectuation produces denominationalism. Lines of battle. And it is a vibration of supremacy, not inclusion. Test any system you're in. Again, you may have cut the stream off, but if you're here as a seeker, not a critiquer, you need to ask, is this system that I am promoting supremacy and not inclusion? Because when you are operating in inclusion is something that comes from absorbing the divine essence. Come here, inclusion. You don't deserve to be on that side anymore. Let me just move you over here to essence. Because when you move to essence, you begin to get different things from different people. You begin to get different truths that are the same truth from different languages that people speak. So when I look at this Ankh reminds me to have long life. This Ji-Nyame reminds me to stay connected to God Creator. Because Ji-Nyame in that system of the Ndinkara means except for God or unless God. Translated in the church sense, but God. He's the priest said, but God, right? But that symbol has existed for thousands of years. But it is God Creator. It is God manifest. It is except for God. This concept of the yin and the yang, it means balance. The contrasting forces of nature, they are actually interconnected. Balance, interconnectedness. The dark energy that is female, the light energy that is male, and the balanced dance in there. The concept of this symbol Om, which is this energy of high consciousness. I know I'm taking time because y'all are writing this down too. You're in here doing this. Divine consciousness, the highest consciousness, the union of mind, body, and spirit through a divine utterance. Om. A in some traditions for creation, U for manifestation, M for destruction, all destruction, which is sleep, rebuilding. So this Om state that you hear us chant in yoga, that is a space of mind, body, spirit, high consciousness connectivity. This as a symbol of power and balance. If you trace it back to Judeo-Christian, the Mogan David, but if you trace it down to the inverted pyramids, which is where it appears in Kemet and other places, it is the balance of the universe and also the balance of interconnectedness. We've seen that. This, and y'all know me, I'm going to choose the cross. This is the Ethiopian cross. This is the Coptic cross. The reason why I love to use the Coptic Christian cross is because it is a symbol of life and power. There's often a circle at the top of many Ethiopian crosses, which represents the resurrected energy of the Christ. So in other words, this is the power to overcome. So it becomes a symbol of power and not a symbol of death itself. So I love the Ethiopian, the Coptic tradition there. And of course, we have this symbol here, which is seen primarily as the symbol of Islam, but is more something that grew out of the Ottoman Empire. It represents progress and light of knowledge. And as we see, all of these traditions adopted and adapted many things from each other. When you distill the essence with the spirit of inclusion, as many of you at Infinity do, let me say that right for y'all be out there, Rev Jeff splitting verbs. So I'm going to do that. If I split a verb, just call me Red Jeff instead of Rev Jeff. Y'all will get that. So the divine essence, when you focus on the essence, that's all of you. That's everything. That's all of those things that complete. That is a complete body. Would you reject your teeth because they perform a function? They don't perform the same function as your arm? Right. Would you reject your hand because it doesn't perform the function of the foot? No, when you are completing a full spiritual body, you're saying that just like the God of my acceptance and understanding is infinite and unlimited, so am I. Somebody in the chat, so I know you're alive, say focus on the essence. Focus on the essence. When I focus on the essence, look at what I get for a definition of what I seek in spirituality. I seek, and I'm going to ask you, if you think any of these things are bad, then by all means, forgive me in my spirit. But I would think and I would presume and I could feel in this moment that these are common things that go throughout all religious teachings that I think each and every one of us would appreciate. Would y'all like to have a long life? Would y'all like to have a connection with God, the Creator? I think so. Check. Would y'all like to have balance and a sense of interconnectedness with everything that is, was, and ever shall be? Would you like to explore higher planes of consciousness? I think so. Would you like to be balanced in mind, body, and spirit? Oh, yeah. Would you like to explain and understand the interconnectedness of all of the things that you seek instead of critique? Would you like to have the power to overcome a dead state of who you are? Oh, I would love it. Would you like to make progress? Would you like infinite ways to do that? I think the answer would be yes. That means that you are focusing clearly on the essence instead of the effectuation. Instead of trying to force yourself to bring about something, you end up embracing the things that you want to manifest. Last point, and then I'm going to open this floor and we're going to open this discussion because everybody's going to need a moment to digest this. That in order to embrace all of you, in order to embrace all of me, all parts of me, I must focus on practice over postponement. Practice over postponement. Brother Tyrell, he spiritually alluded to this, and this is why when you focus on alignment, see, alignment is a practice as well. Alignment is saying, this resonates with me. Somebody here, if it's resonating with you, let somebody in the chat know that this is resonating with where you are so that they know they're not alone. The reason why it's also important for us to have the chat is so that you have a place where you can say hello to somebody, be seen, and also work through absorbing the essence of that which you seek without distraction. So thank you all for those of you who take it upon yourself to say something in the chat to let people know that they're not alone, because the distractive elements of the world, they benefit through effectuation. They benefit on us not doing the self-interrogative work that it takes to grow profoundly and spiritually in community. What do you mean, Rev? I got to pause for that. The forces that want to put you into a sales funnel. A sales funnel is if an ad appears a certain amount of time, you're guaranteed to go buy that product. If a service appears a certain amount of time in your feed, then it's going to send you to eventually click that buy button. If you are finding your algorithm producing certain pictures, certain websites, things that are making you angry, it is designed to keep you scrolling so that your attendance in that platform can be monetized through advertisers who want to reach you And they can do so by looking at your digital twin that is being built about you online, or you can be led to feel a sense of angst or anguish or uncertainty through effectuation that makes you seek distraction, a salve, a balm in Gilead, something to heal you that exists externally. It usually costs you some money. What happens, though, is because the internal has not been taken care of, the external distractions become an addiction. So you keep jumping from one thing to another, hoping that that which is outside of you will heal you, when the oldest teaching that we have is written in the temple of Karnak and Luxor, is written at the oracle of Delphi, man/woman, know thyself, and you will know the secrets of the universe. Doesn't say distract yourself and you will learn the secrets of the universe. No, know yourself. And knowing yourself takes practice. The way you pray, the way you move through the world, it takes practice. And that is why we've got to get on it right now. Practice over postponing. And anybody here knows the spirit of postponing. Postponement is one day I will. One day I'm going to be a giver one day. I just put that first because that's the hardest for people. Because we're so traumatized by past experiences that we think that we're going to throw that baby out with the bath. One day I will give. And that could be of time. That could be of talent. That could, yes, of course, be of treasure, because that's how we measure things in this world right now, because that's the currency that we're using to show energy. I need Mance up here to win the spelling bee for me. Treasure. One day, I will adjust my attitude to positivity. One day, I will unpack. We've been going on this. Spirit is one day, I will unpack my own traumatic experiences so that I do not pass them forward. One day, I will live out my dreams. All of this. That's just, that's postponement. That's postponement. One day I will forgive myself. Let me just go and put that one on there, because that's jumping out from your spirit, sister, Lady Kanita. We almost here. Forgive myself. Well, guess what? All of that is postponement. And what if tomorrow never comes? What if this is the last time you hear me talk? And that could be something that happens to you or something that happens to me, to this moment to moment. And you don't always love that, but I understand. I understand. Look, this life is a vapor, y'all. And if Rev can be 100% real with y'all, I'm being real with y'all. Listen, we're here moment to moment, breath to breath, realization to realization. So why would I say, well, tomorrow I'm going to start treating myself better? No, let me treat myself better now. Today, practice. I am a giver. I need somebody in the chat, pick some of those things there that are in that postponement. Pick some of those and write the opposite out here. Some of you people who've been doing this, working on how you adjust your language, you'll do that. Because I'm saying, I am a giver. I say, I am positive. No, I'm going to go deeper. I radiate positivity. Check. I unpack my own traumatic experiences so that I do not pass them forward. What's the way to say that? I'm going to give you a practical one. People like practical. I'm in therapy. With a trusted counselor, because everybody that's out there marketing themselves ain't really doing well. They're part of that distraction paradigm, the conflict paradigm, the conflict-based economics, which is make you think you need everything and then extract it for you. I'm in therapy with a trusted counselor who one day don't want to see me no more. So they're vested in healing me and moving me out the door and not keeping me on a string and a chain and a cycle forever. That's one of them. I unpack. One day I'll live out my dreams. I live my dreams. I live my dreams and my purpose. And one day I'm going to forgive myself? No. I forgive myself. And watch this, as I forgive others. Because when you forgive yourself, you get the permission to others to be forgiven as well. This works in practice in every area that you are encouraged to practice in. You have a question, you have a comment, you have an observation, you have something you want to share. I'm opening up the chat right now, and in just a moment, I'm bringing back in my Infinite Life team so we can have this discussion further. We're just going to spend a few minutes unpacking it. If Teachers goes a little longer, but we're right on track to be right in that nice window for you to share the stream with other people. One of the practices that are important, one of the practices that are very important is prayer. And there's a prayer template that will be coming out soon. Keep me lifted. I am writing daily for this powerful prayer tool, because we are in a position where we now get to unpack the ways that we have prayed before that do not work, and now put in place a way of prayer that manifests things, and things do work. It works whether you're affirming yourself through daily affirmation, whether you're talking to the God of your acceptance and understanding in this place with affirmative prayer, or whether you're setting clear goals and checking in. The example is this. Say what you want. As we get ready to open this room up, I'm going to thank a conversation I had after Love and Light with the TNT team, because in explaining this, we always kind of dip over into what's coming up on Sundays because the downloads overlap and those spiritual gifts start teaching each other. I'm going to give you an example, and I hope that it is a pungent example. Lady Kenitha, unbeknownst to herself right now, is about to give us a beautiful example. All right, and she's going to help us. Lady Kenitha, you are a wonderful chief operating officer of Infinity Fellowship. We'll give her a premise. She's a creative. She is not an award-winning nonprofit executive, a friend to many, a wife, mother of 5. She's going home, and she knows that her family wants a large cheese pizza. All right? So, I am the man behind the counter at the pizza place. She walks in the door, okay? I'm going to speak to you, and you tell me what you would tell me, knowing that you want a large cheese pizza. You ready? You walk in the door. Bing bong. Hello, ma'am. How may I help you?
Yes, I would like to order a large cheese pizza.
Large cheese pizza. Okay. Just cheese? You want any other toppings on it?
No, just cheese.
Okay, just cheese. What kind of crust would you like?
I'll take the regular.
Regular crust. Okay, good. And no other special things? Would you like cheese? Would you like Parmesan and red pepper with it?
Yes, we'll take some packets to go with it.
Packets,
Yes.
okay. All right. Anything to drink?
Nothing to drink.
Okay, this for here to go.
This is to go.
Okay, thank you. We'll take one cheese pizza and to go. Thank you. Here's how much it would be. That'll be about 15 minutes.
Thank you.
How did that go?
That went well.
Okay, thank you. I try to be good in customer service. I try to be friendly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse roles. All right? You're going to be the pizza place owner. Okay. And I'm going to be the person who is wanting something from the pizza place. We ready? I come in.
Ding dong. Yes, welcome in. How may I help you today?
You know what? I am in the mood for some pizza.
Oh, great. Well, we have different kinds of pizza. What would you like?
Well, you know, I was thinking maybe I want a cheese pizza.
Okay, cheese pizza. Would you like any other toppings on it?
You know, that's a good idea. Toppings. But you know, I don't know, because when I was little, we used to eat cheese pizza a lot. And so when we were little, my dad would always bring home cheese pizza. And I didn't get a chance to try a lot of extra toppings. And so those extra toppings, sometimes they make me nervous. Sometimes I get a little apprehensive. And when I get a little apprehensive, then it makes me unsure. And then when I get unsure, you know, and I don't know, there are people at home, they said pizza. I don't know exactly what kind of pizza to get. And I don't want to make the wrong decision because when I was little, I made a lot of wrong decisions. And those wrong decisions, you know, I've doubted myself ever since. I remember once there was a pizza party that we had in 6th grade. And in 6th grade, they had 2 different types of pizza. And I remember that, I'm sorry, you not paying attention?
No, I was looking at the different orders that are going on, but we would, if I could just help you in this decision. There are a few
I'm sorry, y'all.
toppings.
Y'all in line, and I'm trying to work it out. But I just thank you so much. Thank you for that. Okay, so where were we?
There's a few toppings that you can choose from that are on the menu if you would like.
Oh, you have a menu.
We have a menu. Would you like to just look at the menu for a second?
Yeah, but I don't want to lose my place in line. And I have a thing about lines because when I was in college, I was traumatized. We went to a movie theater, and there was this really, really long line, and I stayed outside. And when we were out there for an hour and a half, and it was a movie that was coming out, it was like the new Spike Lee joint. And what happened is we were out there so long that I actually wasn't paying attention, and I slipped. And when I slipped and I stepped on the curb, I ended up twisting my ankle. And so everybody was mad at me because we had to get the ambulance there, and I had to go in, and I didn't have insurance at the time. And so that was a really painful process for me. And that's why I just, you know, I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't want to hold you up. I don't want to stop anything. But yes, yes. Okay, so pizza.
Yes.
I want to order a pizza because I really, really want it. I'm hungry. Everybody at the house is starving.
Okay. Could I just make a suggestion? We have a deal today on a large cheese pizza with
I'm sorry,
cheese,
but
extra cheese.
I'm sorry, but your
would you
voice
like
is kind of
that?
loud, and my father used to shout at me. So I'm just. I hope you don't mind if I.
My apologies.
Now you're being funny.
My
All I want is a
apologies.
pizza.
Oh, okay.
And
so-
you are. You know what? It's okay. No.
we-
It's
we
okay.
can
But I'm going to
figure it
send you
out.
a review.
Oh, okay.
That you are not.
Uh,
Let's just call the scene right there.
I quit. Okay, I quit. Somebody find me a new job.
How you feel? How do you feel? As the owner of a pizza place, for
Yes.
somebody to come into the pizza place and to go through all of that, how do you feel? How does that make you feel?
That doesn't feel good at all.
Why not?
Because you go through all of that, you're asking for a specific thing because we are a pizza joint, we're a pizza place. And so that's what I'm expecting is for you to just let me know what kind of pizza you would like.
If I order it, will you put it into the kitchen?
Yes, if you order it.
And will you
we
get
would-
it done in 15 minutes if I
Yeah,
pay
I
you?
would still get it done.
And so it goes with
Yes.
God. Say what you want. Say what you want. Everything else is just effectuation. Everything else is just, I want this person to see me. Listen, the pizza place person wants to know what you want. The manager, she will give you your pizza. She will cook it for you. She will deliver it for you. If it's not right, she will make the adjustment. Say what you want and stop dwelling in everything else that needs to be unpacked. You don't think God knows what you've been through in your life? You don't think God was present from the time that the millions of sperm interacted with that egg to produce you into this world? You don't think God sees the light bill that you opened up? But again, say what you want is focusing on the essence. It is the proclamation of I am a giver. It is the proclamation of I radiate positivity. It is not let me continue to argue for our limitation. Let me take a portal that wants to hear all of this, and instead of asking what, and then you know what happens? You go out and trash the God of your acceptance and understanding because you did not clarify and align your signal with specifically what you wanted. How can God, the pizza owner of the universe, how can God, the producer of every single thing, how can God work with you when you're not even willing to examine the menu? When you're not willing to take the essence of all that has been and distill it into practices that manifest fruit in your life so you can say and proclaim clearly, this is what I desire. This is who I am. This is how I move through the world. That's my last point. I'm bringing people into the room because see that one, we all gonna have to sit with that one, y'all. You paid for the pizza. Why you need the rest of the story? You can get this. So as we bring people into the room, we're gonna bring some folks in, and I think I still got at least. I think I got the Linsleys with us. The chat is open. If you have a question, comments, or observations, go ahead and do that. Look at the Linsleys, looking wonderful in there. I think they're still with me, and I meant to put that chat into the Band app. So at some point, I'm trying to think who could do. I could actually do it. So I'm going to put it in the Band app. If you're at Infinity in the Band app and you've got your camera on, you can join this. But if you have a question or comment or observation, go ahead and put that in. So all of me, Linsleys, where's it hitting for you? All of me.
All of me.
All of me.
Wow, 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 wow.
As you're talking,
Great.
all of me, why not take all of me? As you're just speaking about how we get stuck up on things that may have happened to us in our past, it just reminded me in that one sentence, like we have to say that to ourselves. All of me, why not take all of me? Every experience that I've had in my past helped shape the person that I am today. So instead of holding on to it in a negative light, it should be like you said, you don't think God knows, you don't think the universe set this all up for you to be exactly where you are right here today in the present. So we have to remind ourselves, why not take all of me? Why not take the absent parent? Why not take the trauma that happened to me on the playground when I was 6? Why not take the poverty situation that I may have lived in when I was younger? Why not take, not having a grandparent around? Or why not take, my mom not being in my life to the capacity that I wanted her to? Remembering where you are today, you have to take it all. Because if you trust the universe and you trust God, the God of your own understanding, if you're like, we're here, we're locked in, today I'm on this spiritual journey, you don't think that they brought you through or took you through all those situations for you to be who you are today? On this loving journey, if I'm loving me and I love where I'm at and I love where I'm going, even if I don't, it's like, oh, okay. Then I have to trust that every single thing that happens to me in my past, whether I want to look at it as negative or not, has shaped who I am. So I have to take all of me, not just the good parts, not just the parts I like, not just, work with the hand that does work. No, practice with the left hand too, that you're not as good at working with. You have both for a reason, right? So I have to take all of it. Take all of me, not just the good parts, not just the things that I like to remember. Now you can reflect and remember your childhood however you want to. But
Mm-hmm.
to do that, why not accept all the bad things that's happened to you, but also you can look at it as a positive thing. You can focus on what went right to get me to where I'm at versus always just what happened to me that, oh, I can't do this now today as an adult because of something that happened to me 20 years ago. Like,
Ah.
you. So take it all is what I was thinking. Like, oh, reminding myself, take all of me, every last single piece up until this age that I am now. Take all of me.
That's good. Sum total of all the parts. Tyrell, something's hitting you right there, man, too, man.
Hey,
I'm
I
putting in
was
the chat if
just
you're in
stepping up.
band and you want to jump in the room and have a real-time conversation. So if not, if you want to jump in on the chat, we can read the chat from YouTube. So ask your question or state your comment and we'll put you up. Go ahead, Tyrell.
Oh, no, I was clapping up what I was hearing and really, soaking it all in. Just very thankful to be able to have these kind of conversations, really daily. Like this woman, does this all the time. It's beautiful to be able to, engage in this kind of way because that's how we really dig deeper into ourselves as well as the journey that we're on. And I'm thankful for this conversation too, especially with this particular download because I've been in a space lately with with just taking more ownership of the responsibility of feeding my family, and instead of being frustrated with the rising prices of everything and being mad at Wendy's as if they called me and asked me if I wanted to order food from their menu. Um, I've been looking into and sitting more with the way I cook, what I can cook, what I've experimented with cooking on, and so as of late I've been experimenting more with baking, and as Auntie Kanitha can definitely resonate with and connect with, cooking and baking kind of a little bit different. You gotta be on your Q's, P's, and elemental P's when you're baking. Everything needs to be tip top. And so I got a scale now. And so I'm using new tools all of a sudden. Some things are working out good, other things are working out, not so good, which is a part of the process. You fall off the bike, you get back up. And so I recently made some cookies that worked out great. You couldn't taste the baking flour, baking soda in them. I was really excited about that. uh, Nice and chewy and soft. They worked out perfect. So yesterday I was feeling myself, feeling excited, felt like I was ready to represent, and I took that represent energy and I was like, I'm about to level up. We can make. I found this on YouTube University. I found this recipe for something called cookie fries. It's basically
Ooh.
still chocolate chip cookies, but you elongate them so that way you can dip them and different things like that. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fire. This is my Valentine's Day, love moment. I'm about to present. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm getting the recipe ready, going through step by step, taking my measurements. Halfway through measuring out my dry ingredients, I was like, why don't I just double this so that way I'll have all of the dough. It'll be ready. Make
Okay.
it if I wanted to. I'm gonna do double everything. So I double everything. I'm feeling good. I got a nice amount of dough going. The recipe asked for 2 eggs. I'm like, bet. Crack those 2 eggs, put them in there, get everything mixed together, get it in the oven, take it out the oven at a good time. Nothing's burned. I'm like, these are about to be fire.
Yeah.
Well, they cooled off and the cookies crumbled. Like I picked it up to I thought I was about to break it slow, like the beautiful video showed. That thing crumbled in the little pieces. I said, well, what the? So then I tried it, tasted. I'm like, okay, it tastes pretty good, but the consistency wasn't there. Now I'm getting so irritated with myself. I'm like, man, what did I do? I messed up on something. And as I sat with it for a split second, just took a deep breath, I realized that I doubled all of the ingredients except for the eggs.
Except the eggs. How about that?
Only put 2 of the eggs in there.
Mm.
So I didn't have all of the ingredients that I really needed to make these cookies a success. And that's because I was focusing more on the presentation of
Mm.
Valentine's Day and how dope I am at cooking. And I can't believe people been complaining so much about baking stuff when really it's just
Ooh.
slowing down and measuring. You gotta just take your time with it. I don't know what the big deal is. But that energy wasn't the same energy I went into when I made that first batch. That first batch, I was channeling the fact that I know I can do this. I believe in
Yes.
myself. If I mess up, that's okay. At least I'm learning. But I never got out of that space of taking my time, sitting with what it is that I have around me, and not trying to go that extra step simply because I've done something sort of right one time. That's
Mm-hmm.
mastery. That's where that practice comes in. Yes, I got out of the space of postponement, but I'm still skipping steps when I'm ready to double up, when I'm really just learned how to single up, how to just
Ah.
be. So yeah, that's what came out for me. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no, that reminds me, and since you're here talking, Lady Kanitha, something came up for her too. And again, if you have a question or comment, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I want to put up Alicia's comment, my Lord. That was a good analogy. You done projected all your unprocessed trauma on some unexpected, suspecting person because you don't know what you want. That right there will preach. That's relationship. That have you ever been mad at somebody or angry with somebody because you didn't know what you wanted, and now you have projected that on them, and they're unsuspecting. They're asking you what you want. It's like, look, I didn't ask for all of that. I'm just here trying to do as best I can. This concept also, and I'll get to that question next, but go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll give you all a couple of minutes to do that. But something that you said, Brother Terrell and Shauna, this energy of putting the cart before the horse. I'm focused on the presentation. Bam, watch what I do, such that I can't represent myself well by paying attention to the recipe, that I miss something as simple as double up is double up. I put 2 eggs, and that means that the eggs end up being unequally yoked with the double recipe, so to speak. That's something else. But when you talk about that simple thing, missing out on that which actually binds things together, because my mind is thinking down the line, everybody's going to love it. Oh, this is going to be fire. This is going to. And the difference is when we talk about presentation, I don't know if anybody's tried that. And you mentioned something similar, TikTok recipes and TikTok cooks. I've noticed a couple of the TikTok chefs that make it onto the cooking shows. They don't always fare well, but it's also because you don't see the editing process. On TikTok, they don't say, a TikTok person might very well say in your same situation, Tyrell, they might mess it up, then go back in and fix it, and they don't ever show, here's the result. I messed it up. Doggone it, something went wrong. They just cut away again until they get to the end, and then they present it. And then the people who are out here looking at the presentation are trying to experience the representation at home, and it doesn't line up. And the reason why it doesn't line up is because people can absorb that which is presented to them, that is which edited for them, that which is designed to get them more followers, and not ever have to do any interaction with people along the way who are seeking that connectivity. So that's great. You had something, Lady Kanitha, and then I got another question, and I'm gonna keep y'all around.
So when we were talking through the whole thing, so I was thinking about the 2 columns of having internal and external, and the internal being representation, essence, and practice, and then the external definitely being presentation, effectuation, and postponement. And then under that, I was putting moving to, so internal representation, essence, and practice, we're moving toward alignment, right? That's a place of moving toward that alignment process that is keeping us in a place of focus. It's where our dreams and our goals are residing. It's where the pure essence of spirit and the way that it moves is in that momentum, in that place of alignment. But then you look at presentation, effectuation, and postponement, and it's moving you away from an alignment on some level, right? Or the concept of pinching yourself away from alignment because everything is external. So I was thinking about how we are continually planting seeds, regardless of if we are conscious of it or not. And we are always planting seeds and we're always harvesting fruit, right? There's always a process. So regardless of if we are trying to present ourselves in a certain way, we're planting a seed in that process, in the presentation. But the fruit is going to come out. The fruit is going to tell the truth, right?
Oh, boy.
In that place
Oh,
of
boy.
effectuation, the fruit is going to tell the truth. If I'm delaying myself because I don't want to deal with self, the fruit is going to show itself, right? So what is that in between when I'm planting my seeds and then before the harvest, because you have to nurture those seeds. You have to pour water. You have to give it light. You have to give it focus. You got to give it some attention for that harvest. And especially when you're harvesting something, your goal, your aspirations, those places of connection, the relationships, the, higher self, right? We're planting, but we've got to nurture all of that place from the internal place of being, the moving continually toward alignment, because alignment is always with you. It's always like, oh, are we aligning today? Oh, is this the moment that we're connecting today? God is like, oh, no, this is the day, right? The menu is here, and she or he, they're gonna let me know what it is that they want. Today's the day. This is that moment. So I just think about that with the internal, that we're always moving toward alignment. And then these other outside external factors are moving us away from that alignment place.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. On the screen, I'm going to put up Sugar Shy. I think that's Iris. I'm going to put that. Rev Jeff, my first of the year. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to save that because I wrote that for the second question. That's good. My word first of the year was decorum. Decorum. We love it. I chose this word as a tool for my children. This lesson today has my thoughts about decorum being behaviors of presentation. That wasn't my goal.
Forgive yourself.
Tyrell already got it. Look at that. There's the tool, Luke, man. You're right. Forgive myself. Forgive yourself. And you know what? There is a certain decorum. And I would posit that the intent was good, so that the presentation is not. The question is why? Why do we use the words that we use? Do I teach my children to wash their face, do their hair, brush their teeth when they leave the house? Yes. Is that decorum? Yes, to some degree. But is it also common sense? Is it also how you represent, that you have discipline? Is it also hygiene? Yes, it is. Now, if I say to me, I turned down an event and I did it in a loving way. They were like, oh, we're going to do suits and success. And it was some college thing. And the leadership wanted me to come and say, hey, brothers, hey, I'm going to wish y'all well, because I'm not going to put on a suit to come to that event. You're going to see me in a nice pair of overalls and a tie. But I understand that is also about decorum, but I'm also not a person who is attempting to pierce the upper echelons of corporate America. So therefore, if I were to do that and put on my suit, I would be falling into a decorum that is not authentic to me?
Yes, because that's what I was just gonna say. That's the difference between representation. If in the morning I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm saying, today I feel good, so I'm gonna look good.
That's right.
You know, I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna take care of my body. I'm gonna take care of this vessel for myself because I want to feel good. That's different than you wake up and you look in the mirror. Okay, I need to fix myself for everybody else. Because I need them to see me, not how I feel about myself, but I need them to see something else. So I'm going to put on all this other external stuff for whatever is the external thing that I'm trying to get. That's a different.
To hide behind.
Yes, representation though. You're representing spirit.
Yes.
So spirit is of excellence.
Yes,
You know.
there it is.
But that's the internal first. That's that gauge instead of getting ready. Because I dealt with that. Of course, I had to shift and have been learning how to shift. And this is coming from, I'm just giving y'all a little peek from our women's thing. And I think it was Sister Angela who was talking about her rituals each day when she wakes up. And there's this moment where she makes a connection with herself. And she applauds herself and she gets herself ready, right? And so that she's ready for the world. And that's a different thing than even if I'm thinking, oh, let me look good for my boo thing over here, honey. No, it has to start from the internal place of affirmation, internal instead of external.
Oh, good. And we got Alicia in the room. Before I get to Alicia, I'm going to bring her up, but I want to bring up Andrew MK's question. If you have a question, again, I'm going to take about 2 more minutes. If y'all got a question to slide in the chat, go ahead and slide it in. But this is good. Andrew points out, how do we determine a distraction is, in fact, a distraction? Because some people, I think, literally, we can say, well, I'm on the line doing research. We can justify a lot. They say, well, I'm just learning. I know people who, they listen to the most degrading type music ever. And I have a friend who listens to great music. They say, well, I said, why you listen to that? Well, I'm a teacher, so I need to listen to what my young people so I can relate to them. It's like, yeah, well, yeah. I said, man, it's okay. He's like, well, but I do like the beat. I said, okay, well, there you go. You like the beat. I know we had to justify, but his presentation, he didn't want to tell me I like to listen to nasty, raunchy stuff and nod out and let the windows down and act crazy when my kids aren't around. So he found a way to try to present it in a way that he felt would be acceptable, instead of saying something just about that I just like it, but I know it's fake and I know it's not real. But to then bring the students in, to say we're going to talk about, so that's there. So Andrew's question, how do we determine a distraction is in fact a distraction? If you go to my remarkable distraction test, I just wrote it. Does it move me A, away from, or B, closer to what I desire? And zero sum is losing. If it makes you do nothing, you can't use it. But hey, if this comes up and it moves me a step closer to manifestation, there it is. If it moves me away from manifestation and takes me off track, it's a distraction. And that's a great question. And that's a great way for us to see how we want to move into alignment. Laisha, what's happening with you? Good to see you on the stream today. What do you have for us? Must have been some
good morning.
revelations. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So my comment actually circled around the distractions as well, because one thing that I used to commonly do, just based on the church girl in me, is when that text started messing up, the first thing I said was, look, that ain't nothing but the devil.
On the stream.
Yeah. And so towards the end of the download, you're talking about know thyself and you won't be focused on distractions. I kept going back to how that was constantly coming out of the Christian tradition, we blame so much on this quote devil. But then the spirit was just like, you distracted with that. Why does it matter? Do you have to have a name for what it was? The technology was just messed up, girl. It's not the devil. It's just the tech was messed up. Like, trying to name it, you're distracted from that. Like, focus on what's important, and that is being on the stream, being here and hearing whatever it is that needs to be said. It doesn't matter what you call whatever the distraction is. Like, if you're focusing more on it, you're still distracted regardless. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I had to like instantly like check myself, like, girl, you are complete focus. Okay, stay focused.
That is so good. That and Alacia, what you said, literally, again, the art of distraction, that which is presentational, is always obsessed with finding ways to explain away things that are happening to us from external sources. And that gives comfort to some people to say, it's not because I ate a slab of ribs every Friday for 30 years that I have heart disease. It's because the devil is trying to kill me. It's not because I didn't adjust my attitude and I came and presented myself one way and I was living another. It's that there's negative energy that is trying to come against my good. Well, what choices did we make that led up to the circumstances, situations we're in? And even when we find a place of healing, are we willing to take the responsibility to dig deeper? Are we willing to take the responsibility to grow wiser? Are we willing to take the responsibility of seeking out instruction when we need it and finding community and to be a part of that? If we are, then we grow. If not, we continue to just bounce to different places who will explain away our pain as something that is external. And that is truly the art of distraction. Puts us on the hook for a lot. That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And Lauren said, yeah, definitely needing something to blame to ease your conscience. Anything hitting anybody else in the room before I wrap up our room breakout session? All right. We love y'all. Thank y'all for jumping in and sparking the discussion. And we'll see y'all soon and in person. Next week is Yoga Sunday. We're going to have hopefully a screen full of people again practicing with us Yoga Sunday. It's that connection energy that is there. So as we are reaching this point, Lady Kenitha, is anything that hits you in rapping that you want to bring up or ask about or point out that is in your spirit today?
I think, again, just that reassurance of nurturing, I'm so glad that you were able to put it in such a way, these three levels, these three things. And so as we are continuing each day in this process of walking with spirit, by spirit, that we are always conscious about connecting to spirit. We have all the tools that we need. We have, like you said about with Dr. Clark and also with Dr. Ben, I'm all of them because they all emerged from me. And so the powers that we hold are emerging from us, and that essence of God, the clarity of God, the of source energy, it resides in me. So I think it's just that reminder of always connecting to that place, even if we get distracted.
That's
Forgiveness of self.
That's right.
And then we're right there, picking it back up. Nurturing ourselves in that process, making sure that we're mindful of the process, while we're having fun in that place of the process.
Yes. And there are always good connotations to the term, like Iris was saying about decorum, right? I'm going to brush my hair. I'm going to comb my hair. I'm going to go get a haircut for me. And when I reach a place of comfort where I feel like I'm presentable, I represent God. Exactly. I represent divine source. Divine source is beautiful. I'm going to do that. My mom and my dad was always sharp. He was going to do that. So I'm going to step out And I may not be as put together as and manicured as people are, and that's fine if they do that. But first and foremost, we're doing that for ourselves as an affirmation of how we feel on the inside in our own divine beauty. And if that's the case, then that's exactly right. But if we're doing it in a place where it becomes a task and we're working so hard to create a persona that will make people like us, that is when it is operating from a low place. So even as we instruct our children and young people who come behind us, we're teaching them these practices so they can have the ritual understanding of what it takes to prepare themselves to go into the world. And much of what you learn about decorum, if we want to reinforce that point, all you have to do, if you're going to spend time unpacking the pizza order, all you have to do is go back to kindergarten. You learned everything you needed. Respect the person next to you. If you have a question, raise your hand. Try not to talk too out of turn. Don't be disruptive. If you're thirsty, raise your hand to get some water. If you need to go to the restroom. In other words, that's not always compliance and operating like a sheep. What that means is you know how to conduct yourself in public. You know how to ask a question and to wait for an answer. You know these things, and they are coming together in a powerful way. So that is where we begin to align ourselves with these tools. This is what we are faced with. We get to choose. You get to choose today, y'all, as we come to a close for today. You get to choose where you'd like to be on this scale of acceptance, of growth, and expansion. I say this whole message, all of me, all of us, all that is, it is a very non-dualistic way of looking at the world. And I send a special shout out to my brother Sterling. He's on the stream today. Brother Sterling came and joined us for one of our sacred rituals a while back, and I invite you back again. Brother Sterling, we are with you, lifting you up in a wonderful way. I can't wait to catch up with you to see what great things have been manifesting for you. Circumstances continue to shift and change, but that focus is what keeps us focused on the essence of that which will manifest. We're focusing on the essence. That essence drives our action. When we walk into the space, that space is our bodies, our fully realized higher consciousness, that divine essence of who we are. When we walk in and we present ourselves to ourselves in a way that represents what we claim. And to the person out there that needs to hear this, this is why this fellowship exists. This is why I give you the visitors form, everything, so we can get in touch, so that you can know that you are not by yourself, because I know it gets lonely out here in this world when you decide to be an expansive thinker. My wonderful Uber driver, Brother Scott, I'm sending you a shout out to. He said he was going to check us out, because Brother Scott's like, it's fun to be amongst thousands of people. And when he told me that was not working out for him anymore, and I said, well, Scott, why did you enjoy being amongst thousands of people? And he said, to be honest, Rev, because I could hide. When I'm amongst a bunch of people, I can hide, and I can feel as if nobody's looking at me. And I could have done anything the night before, but I'm okay because I'm having fun with everybody here. I'm looking at everybody, and I'm like, if there's so many people around me, this must be right. So I'm affirmed. He said, but I reached a point where I wasn't able to make a change. And when I went to the people who I was admiring, who were up in these large environments, and I attempted to just have a conversation, they put their hand up and told me to talk to somebody in booking, and they would get me assigned to somebody. And that's when it crushed my spirit. And we were able to speak an affirmative perm and to speak good things over him and what he's working on. I send a shout out to you. I say this to anybody that's out there. Find your people. You find your people when you find yourself. When you find yourself, it's going to be lonely. Why? Because ain't but one person born into your body in the first place, and that's you. How else you supposed to have company? It's only you in your body. So of course you're going to be feeling like it's cavernous at times. Of course you're going to be saying, you know what, it's lonely. It sure is. But you're alone, but you don't have to be lonely or lonesome. Enjoy unpacking the things that mean something to you. All of you, your hands work with your arms work with your chest works with your brain, your body. Everything that works together for your good. If I decide that I want to go into the gym and launch my exercise into another level, if I decide that I want to move onto my yoga mat, if I decide like next Sunday, if I decide that I want to change the way that I go about working on things, that means that I get up, I get in my car, I go to the bookstore, I absorb the things to put in my lower locker from last week that bring me into alignment with who I am, and I use all of me. I go in the kitchen to bake. I'm using all of me. I'm using my hands, Lady Kenitha. You ever see Lady Kenitha in the kitchen, Lord? She's using her hands. She's using her earphones. She's using her measuring cup. She's using her slippers. She's using her eyes. She's using all of that. And most importantly, the thing that's guiding it all, we're using our mind, because when we forget to use our mind, we might leave out a couple of eggs. And sometimes our ego tells us, no, you got this. Just try to do it from memory, when the reality is we sometimes need tools, and we need to make sure that we're specifically looking at the template, because this template came from people who've been baking for generation upon generation upon generation, and they've been producing really good stuff. So when you see the fruit, you say, hey, I want to do what you do. So that's when we sit on the floor and we learn and we hear and we gather. And as a result, we grow. All of you, all of me, all of us. In this moment, God is reminding us to love ourselves. When we love ourselves, when we love this energy and essence that is in us, we might hear something that comes through somebody saying, Allahu Akbar. We don't know what he's saying, but we're like, man, that's a heck of a call to prayer. That sent something up my spine. We might hear, we might hear somebody sing a verse or something. We might hear something on the radio today, and it moves us. And we don't have to become a part of a camp. We can just say that was beautiful, and it fed my spirit. And so now you're in a place of alignment, y'all. So I'm going to ask y'all, as we bow our heads, to just join me in a moment of affirmative prayer, as we center ourselves and just briefly and wonderfully seal this energy here that we have experienced in the goodness. Deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Focus our hearts and our minds. Divine Source, we give thanks in this moment. We are so grateful for today. We're so grateful that we have opened our hearts in this circle that we call the Infinity Fellowship. And I am so particularly grateful for the voices that joined us today. Thank you for the participants in service. Thank you for the people who just discovered. Thanks for the people who stayed with us through the time. Thank you for us not watching our clocks and our watches, because we were ready to deep dive into spiritual growth and development. And for these 2 hours, for these 3 hours out of a 7-hour day, 24-hour cycle, that just through this tiny relative window that we have opened up a portal to new understanding and goodness. Thank you for the ability to use all of what we have been given. Thank you for the gift of community today. Thank you for the power to choose representation and embrace the peace that passes all understanding. Thank you for the understanding of life, for the understanding of the power of God. Thank you for the ability to actionize this energy. Thank you for the ability to practice and not postpone. So in this moment, we are proclaiming that the things that have been spoken today are absorbed and put into immediate action, that we are embracing that which we are here to represent, that we are embracing our divine gifts, that we are embracing our divine dreams, that we are enhancing and embracing the gifts that we have, we are stepping to your counter right now and speaking in specifics. Here is the order that we are putting in with you right now, that we are ordering confidence right now, that we are ordering strength right now, that we are ordering overflow right now, that we are ordering health right now, that we are ordering abundance right now. And whether you give it to us right now or in 15 minutes, we proclaim that it is so. And we thank you for this opportunity to put our order in with you. And we walk in it. We wait in it in patience. And we know that it manifests for our nourishment and for our good. For these things and others we cannot put into words, we breathe in gratitude and exhale in acceptance and expectation. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. All right. Y'all, as we get ready to go, we want to remind y'all that God does remind us to look at each other and see family. Thanks for hanging with me, Lady Kanitha. Wonderful 17th year anniversary gift. We want to say, as our music is playing, that we want to thank our tech crew today. Sister Alicia Hamer's been running our stream. Sister Kai Omalara has been running our audio. And Brother Tony Insignaris has been with us, switching back and forth with our slides. He's on his journey now to his next level of touring. So we're sending that energy out there. And we're sending energy into the world for you, wherever you are. Thank you, Terrell, Tashana, for joining us. Andrew MK for joining us. Sister Alacia for jumping in the room. And for everybody who has a chat, we're going to invite you. Turn that up a little bit. I want to make sure I don't miss the beginning of it. Thank you. Everybody, say something good to somebody in the chat. It may be your affirmation and confirmation today that somebody has been waiting to know that they are in alignment and that all of them is here. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, we are on our way, then we can begin, y'all. Then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday. And yet today is the day. Oh, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Oh, yeah. One more again, y'all. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Oh, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God keeps reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the cosmos, the divine essence of everything that is, was, and ever shall be, rest, rule, rock, and abide with you henceforth, now and forevermore. Let us all say together. Amen. Amen. Hotel Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. All right, y'all, Infinity. That wraps it up for today. We had another epic Infinity Fellowship, so this is what we want to do. If you're on Facebook, put the link in. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and share. Let people know this is where you find the replay. It's on YouTube. So let them know that we're here. We unpacked a lot of great things today. We will see you next Sunday for Yoga Sunday virtually. We're going to fill this screen up with our Infinite Life streamers. And first Sunday in March, We're going to be right here, 641 West Nocturne Drive. Hope I get a chance to meet you. Hope I get a chance to see you. And of course, we're going to be working on some trees, brothers. So let's get it together. Ladies, see you in band. I know y'all got a gathering this week. This has been Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, a.k.a. Rev Jeff, on behalf of Infinity Fellowship. We love you. That's a fact you cannot change. See you next week.